Hey guys, so here's the last set of notes for week 5 on factoring still. But notice today on page 40, we're talking about factoring trinomials. So this method that I'm going to show you only works if it is a trinomial, okay? We're not factoring 4 terms, we're not factoring 2, we're factoring 3 because it's a trinomial, all right? So before we get started with our steps, things you should know about trinomials. The leading coefficient in front of x squared is a 1 unless there's another number there. But you guys know that. If there's not a number in front, it's an understood 1, all right? And then a trinomial usually factors into 2 binomials. So all of our answers should have 2 binomials here, all right? So our steps, I wish we were in person for this because this is one of my favorite things to teach you guys because it really clicks because I'm corny. So our steps for this, we're talking about sandwich method. Now, if we were in person, I would ask you, a sandwich has how many parts? Okay, 3 basic parts: bread, stuff in the middle, bread, right? Well, when you go to make a sandwich, what 2 parts do you start with? The bread. If you try to tell me you start in the middle with your turkey or your cheese or your ham, how you gonna lay it on something if you don't start with the bread? Okay, I would argue that with you because last year a kid was like, I start with the bologna, and I was like, you slap your bologna on the counter. No, you got to put the bread out first, right? So we're dealing with the sandwich method. A trinomial, just to review, all of them should look something like this. So they should have x squared, then they should have x with a number in the back. So our steps for sandwich method, I'm going to use pencil just in case I want to change my wording. Step 1, we're going to start with factors of the bread. Okay, now let's look at our trinomial up here. Which 2 pieces do you think are the bread? The outside, right? Because then your peanut butter jelly, ham, turkey, whatever goes in the middle. Y'all are going to be hungry after this today, okay? So we're going to start with factors of the bread. So what you're going to do is find the factors of x squared, which will be x times x, right? If it's x squared, it'll be x times x. And write them in parentheses. So it's going to look something like this. So for step 1, at the end of it, we should have x and x because those are the factors of x squared, okay? All right, now my second step is to find the numbers of the back. Why did I say numbers? Lord, find the factors of the back number that either add, if that back number is positive, okay, or subtract if the back number is negative, to make the middle number. All right, so again, after we split up x squared, x and x, pretend like you're cutting a sandwich in half, okay? We're going to find the factors of the back number that either add if it's positive or subtract if it's negative to make the middle number right here. So this middle number is what we're trying to make. All right. Now your last step, I guess I should say second to last step because we got a couple more, okay? Your next step is to put those factors with the right signs in up here. I'm going to use my arrows. So we're going to put those in right here and right here with the X's, okay? And then your last step, step 4, is to check by doing box method. All right, so make sure you have those steps down with me before you go into examples. If you need to pause this here, pause it. I'm going to go ahead and do the first 2 examples, okay? You do need to